Hi, good morning. It is a wet December morning. It's not cold, yay, because this California girl in Tennessee does not like the cold. But it is cloudy and it's sprinkling a little, so it's, still soggy and wet. But we do have a bunch of new additions here in the farm, and I thought I'd take you along with me this morning as I feed animals and do our chores here, and that way you can see what we've added. Come along. Okay, so first things first, we are going to make the feed for the chickens, the hens and the rooster and the ducks and the turkeys. This here is the regular feed. However, it comes in pellet form, and I have a friend that has a grinder. So he comes out here and he grinds this all up for me. That way, there's more, it lasts a little longer, and the chickens get to scratch to get their feed instead of this just pecking and chucking it all down. I always have gallons of water ready because you're going to see what I'm going to do next. But as you can see, my water is not very clear and clean, and that's the reason for that is because I add apple cider vinegar in every single container of water that goes out to the animals every single day. It's not a lot. It's maybe about 2 teaspoons worth, but it's a great probiotic for all of the animals. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some water into the feed. Just like that. Some people like to add it and leave it overnight. I don't. The longer you leave it, the longer it ferments, I guess. But I don't. I just add it and then just mix it all up. And I let it sit here for about half an hour. I'll feed all the other animals first, and then I will come and feed the chickens. That way it's a little fermented and the water has absorbed. But not only are they getting their feed, in a way where they can scratch, but they're also getting apple cider vinegar, which is great probiotic for them, in here. And usually this is about 4 cups worth of chicken feed. 4 of those little Bonnie flower plant cups. They get scraps from the kitchen as well. And today is a really wet, rainy day, so all the worms and insects, come to the surface, and they'll have a lot of protein to munch on. So let's go feed. All right, the first to greet you when you come out here to feed, it's always going to be Prince Henry. Eric Anthony was doing a homeschool project and learning about Prince Henry and Christopher Columbus, and that's where he got his name from. He does not have his wings clipped. We were going to clip them. Turns out we ended up not clipping them. He roosts up in the trees. He loves to sleep up there. So he will be the first one to come and greet you. I do not feed him right away, because if I do, then all the other girls will come at him and he gets pretty aggressive. So see him puffing up there with his blue head? That's a sign. The blue is when he's angry or he's demanding or he wants something right away. Pedro. Pedro. His name is Pedro, but we call him Pedro. And there's Nacho. He's our only rooster in the farm. So male-wise, we have Pedro, who's a male, and his whole flock unfortunately didn't survive. He's the only one we have. We have Henry, and then we have Nacho. So they all get fed outside of the run. So their coop is there. Here is their run. And, they can stay in there. But no, they get fed on the outside of their run. Okay, and here is our new addition of hens. I had a friend that was downsizing her chicken flock, and she blessed me with all these girls. I have 2 Orpingtons in there, and I have all these black ones. They're called Astrolops, and they are great egg layers. And of course we have Medea in here. Medea is a meat chicken, so she's really, meat chickens, as well as Cornish meat hens that you raise, for butchering. They're aggressive and they're always hungry, and she gets her name from Tyler Perry when he dresses up as Medea, because she reminds me of Medea. She's butchy and demanding, and she wants it now. Hello. There she goes. Look, there's no messing with her. She's like... So because this is a new flock, we have kept them inside of the run with that gate closed. We haven't let them roam the property yet, just because we kind of wanted them to know where they live, where they're supposed to sleep, where they're supposed to eat. And there goes Medea attacking everyone. And today is going to be the first day that I'm going to leave that run open. Nacho, our rooster, is the only one that's been in here with them to, you know, introduce himself, to do the hanky-panky, to claim his territory. But the girls out there have not met this flock yet. They have slept in 2 different pens. So today is going to be a lot of fighting. But they have 10 acres to roam, so they should be okay. So the chickens have their feed. There are all the scraps. They're already eating them. They shouldn't be. I need to crack that pumpkin open for them. Eric went on a homeschool field trip, and we came home with a bunch of pumpkins. And that's the only one we didn't use. So, there we go. And if you live in my area in Lawrenceburg and you have pumpkins just laying around, bring them on, because the chickens and the lambs both love the pumpkins. So, see what I mean by a gooey day? Okay, so now that they're fed, we are going to feed Oreo and the girls over there, because they're next. Okay, so our lambs are a little bit spoiled. Instead of having them inside of their pen all day and just feeding them dry hay or whatever through the winter, we have 10 acres back there, and they just get to roam the acreage. However, I do know that they hate the wet. So they like to stay cooped up in here in their little pen. I don't mind that today. So today they're just going to get cracked corn with alfalfa hay for the day. So given that I only have one hand, I'm going to give them their corn, and then I'm going to give them their hay. Now, I have containers where we feed them in, all nice and neat, you know, so that they're not eating off the ground. They will do everything in their power to tip it over and drop everything on the floor. So I don't feed them on the floor. They just like to put it all on the floor. All right, so this is Laverne. This is Laverne, and that is Shirley. And I believe, I could be wrong because I'm new at this, but I believe Laverne might be pregnant, which is great news. Her sides are getting big. She's getting at that age. I'm not 100% sure though. I will have somebody come out here and check her in a minute. Like in the next 2-3 weeks, to see if I'm right. But in the meantime, we get to enjoy them. And before, they wouldn't come anywhere near us. This is good, because before we couldn't do this and reach our hand out to them and pet them. Tony has been working with them, and they're doing great. Laverne, yes, we are. Oreo is just another dog. He plays like a dog, and he's used to us, but the girls were not. So when we got Medea, she was not in very good health. She could hardly walk. She had what they call bumble feet, and what that is, it's just really bad infection on your feet. Like they get really bad infections and their feet swell up really bad. So she was meant to be a project for us, project/experiment, because we had never butchered a turkey before. So we were going to eat her, technically, because the bacteria or the infection wasn't in her body, it was just in her feet. But I brought her to the farm as a tom. In other words, the person that gave her to me told me that she was a tom, a male turkey. And this quote-unquote tom started laying eggs. So she is a girl. And that's another reason why we named her Medea, because, you know, Tyler Perry's a male and he dresses as a female, and his role, his character of Medea. I had a friend that was selling this guy, Mr. Henry here, Prince Henry. So that's how we ended up with a pair. Now, she's so big that I don't know if he'll ever breed her, but we will try in the spring, because she's not laying eggs anymore. And I started to try to heal her. So I got that big, I don't know if you could see it all the way over there. There's a kiddie pool. I started to fill it with water, and I started to put in the water herbs. I put calendula in there. I put lavender in there, and she would soak her feet. And I think it just felt really good for her because she would sit there and she would soak her feet in this water with, it was water with apple cider vinegar and all that. So now when she runs, I'll see if I can get her closer to me. So now she's running. She went from not being able to walk to now she runs, but she runs with a limp, if you could see it. Which is funny when you see her coming at you, but her feet are a lot better and she's moving, she's healthy. And this project of ours that we were going to butcher came to life, you know, and it helped and it worked. And I think everything that we feed her, because, you know, we try not to feed just feed from the co-op, but we try to give them natural stuff. So like right now what she's eating, yes, I can roast these, you know, pumpkin seeds and have pumpkin seeds at home, absolutely. But she needs the probiotics. You know, she needs to get healthy. And pumpkin seeds and pumpkin is full of probiotics. So she's going to go at it and she's going to eat this up and get healthier. So do we butcher our chickens? Absolutely, yes we do. Do we eat our chickens and our roosters? Absolutely, yes we do. If we get a lot of roosters in a batch, we will butcher them. You know, we're not doing this for fun. We're doing this to sustain ourselves. But if we can give somebody like Medea a chance of a better life than what she had, then we're going to do that as well. You know, we're going to do whatever we can to take care of our animals as much as we can. So Oreo, our male lamb over there, regardless of, you know, when he gets to old age or whatever, he will never be eaten. He was my very first lamb, and I have a huge, you know, connection with him. So no, he will never get eaten. The girls, I don't know, maybe. But if I ever have lamb chops, you know, I'll call you. Okay, so now off to the rabbits after we see what this guy's up to. Look at him go. I hear you, Laverne. Okay, all of my female rabbits are pregnant. We are trying our best to keep them covered through the night, because if they give birth at night and it's freezing, these babies could die. So we're doing the best that we can to keep them covered. They're doing the best that they can to, you know, cover their babies. There's no babies yet, but there will be soon. Where's your face? There you are. Hi, sweet girl. So let's go ahead and feed these girls. And now for dessert, everybody will get some grapes. Here you go, Ricky. Look what I got for you. Oh yeah. I'm gonna drop it. There it goes. There you go. Hi, Thumper. You want some grape? Look. Yummo. There you go. Where'd you go, Thumper? There you go. What about you, Miss Diva? Am I going to be able to give this to you without you bum rushing me? Whoa. No, I'm not. When she's pregnant, she is the meanest thing. I mean, her hormones are just not all there. She is very mean when she's pregnant. Here you go. There you go. Look at her, though. She's the biggest puffball. Look at her. And then we have Big Chungus. He is our male lion head. How Big Chungus look. Good boy. Male rabbits are so much nicer than the females. Always, regardless of whether they're pregnant or not. This is Alice. Alice is our meat rabbit. I know you guys are going to hate me saying it, but she produces rabbits for the freezer. And this is Starlight, and she's one of my nicest flop ear rabbits. She's very sweet. There you go, Yummo. So every morning I come out and I give them a treat on top of their food and their water, and they love it. It's just your way of, it's just a way of connecting. So if you can tell, like I said, they're all pregnant. She took all the hay out of here because no, she's nesting. She's getting ready, and she built her own nest back there. See that? So my sign to know that they're getting ready to have these babies is that they will start to pull off their fur and put it inside of that nest. So because it's freezing at night, I will take that nest and I will put it right back in there. So that way she knows that that's where she has to, you know, have these babies. I don't want these babies dying in the cold. So, that's that. Okay, and this is Allie. So we have an Allison and we have an Allie. And she is Starlight's sister. She's also a flop-ear. And she's also very shy and timid. So feeding, if you do it super quick, takes us about maybe 15 minutes. But we spend time with our animals. We play with them. We talk to them. We, you know, observe them, learn from them. And we get distracted out here, especially when I have Eric with me. He loves to watch Medea run and, you know, runs right after her. And so we spend time with them out here. It takes us about maybe half an hour, 45 minutes. And hopefully, fingers crossed, in the spring of next year, we're going to have babies everywhere. And, you know, we're going to be milking as well. So we do have additions to the farm, like I told you. And right now we have, that I've showed you so far, we have, oh my goodness, the hens. Sorry, my brain just flopped. The hens. So now let's go into the house and show you some more additions to the farm. Daisy is one of our new additions to the farm. I know I said no more puppies, but we don't have a dog to leave out in the field with the lambs. So that's where Daisy comes in. Right now she's still too small. Right now she's still in training. Yes, she should be outside with the animals already, but she's small. She is a mix of an English Bulldog and a Red Heeler, which are both very smart, very, very smart breeds. So we'll see how we do. But when I saw her, she reminded me of Rocco when he was a pup. So I couldn't pass on her. And if anything, she'll just, you know, be around the farm with the rest of us. She's right now getting used to the chickens and being around chickens and being around the birds. And she likes them and she doesn't. She can't decide yet. So let's take her for a walk. And last but not least, meet Garfield, our bobtail kitty, and her sister that's somewhere, I'm not sure where. But that's it, you guys. That is our additions to the farm for now. We always have more coming. There she is. That's Hershey. You always need cats in a farm. They're great for mice. You guys have a blessed day. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, send me a smoke signal, whatever. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.